Hi, everyone. I wanted to just come in and say hello to you today and just talk to you about a few things. We did this Up Your Energy Summit yesterday, and, a lot of things were discussed, and I learned so much, So sometimes I wonder, why I show up every day. What is this about for me, at this stage of my life? But I have learned so much. I can't tell you. There were so many amazing speakers yesterday. I think it was Denise Alston that was talking about stand for ends, that we don't have to be, just a mom or just a friend or, that we can be whatever we want to be. So, I've been online now for, I want to say like 2 years, really trying to help people with health. And I talk about gut health and I talk about weight loss. And sometimes I wonder if people really know what I do, but it's kind of hard for me to put myself in that box. And because I do so much other stuff, you know what I mean? I suffered with PCOS and thyroid, which gave me a hard time getting pregnant. I am a nurse. I have 36 years in healthcare experience. So can I help somebody trying to get pregnant? Absolutely. So it's kind of hard to put yourself in a box when you do other things. And yesterday I was so panic stricken about getting up and speaking in front of these people. I got to tell you, because it's just out of my comfort zone, and I know I'm amazing at what I do. I've been doing this 36 years. That's got to count for something, right? Saving people's lives for 36 years. But still, when you get up there and you're talking in front of people you don't know, you're like, oh, because part of us wants to be liked. We want people to listen, but we want to be heard too. And we want people to identify with what we're saying. And that was something else that they spoke about yesterday that I thought was so powerful. They were talking about imposter syndrome. And I think everybody suffers from imposter syndrome. We all have people in our life, maybe a teacher or somebody that told us we were stupid or that we weren't capable of something. So it makes us afraid to show up. Like we don't feel like our voice matters, but everybody's voice really matters. In the book Elite Unleash Her, I talked about that everybody has a voice, and you need to be heard, because for years I was in a body that I'm so uncomfortable with, right? And I asked for help, and people just didn't know what was wrong with me. So I had to figure it out, unfortunately. But I encourage people to ask for help, So we have a lot of people that show up online trying to help people, and we feel like, am I really doing a service? Am I really helping anybody? And other people that don't understand what mentorship is all about. Well, I got to tell you, we spend most of our lives learning from other people. When I showed up my first day on the job as a nurse, I was afraid, because I had other people's lives in my hands. And it was the first time I was actually going to be working in something that I was taught, and there were people there that took me by the hands and said, don't worry, it's going to be okay. And they gave me that confidence, and they gave me help when I needed it, So if you don't ask, you don't learn, and we go through all these phases in our life where we question our ability. And we've all gotten to things where we help other people, so. And as a nurse, there were times when something new came out or a doctor was talking about something and I didn't understand, and I was like, what do you mean by that? Why are we sending the guy for rheumatology? That's not his issue at all. And he would explain to me, he would take the time and explain to me, so I understood what we were doing. And it made me better at my job because I was willing to go the extra step and ask for help when I needed it, And there's a lot of people out there that are afraid to talk about what's going on with them and just show up and talk, And when I was growing up, what happened in my house stayed in my house. That's the way we were taught. Kids are meant to be seen and not heard. So part of me always wanted to be heard. Part of me always wanted to be seen. But there was also that part in our house that said, what happens in this house stays in this house. So that right away says we got to hide something, you know what I mean? So it made it harder for me to share who I am with people. So, we all have these things, and then my girlfriend CJ was talking, and she was talking about, imposter syndrome and really unlocking who you are. Sorry about that. I'm at work and people do need me. They come in to talk to me. So I had to stop for a minute. But it's important that I show up for you guys too. So I'm always at work. So if I don't do this on my breaks or take time to do that, then you'll never hear from me because I'm always working, you know. So then, my girlfriend, CJ, I think that's where I left off. She was talking about imposter syndrome and, how she felt when she was like last on our speaking thing, and our head automatically goes to that place that what's wrong with me. And then she was talking about why she journals, and, it helps her unpack that stuff. So that's kind of really my message today. We carry around a lot of baggage from our past, and nobody's free from this stuff. I'm not always the most confident I can be, and am I good at what I do? Absolutely. I think I'm the best at what I do, not for nothing, but that doesn't stop us from second guessing us sometimes, or when we're asked to do something, stepping up and say, okay, I'll do it, because we have those fears and those insecurities. And what CJ said really really hit home for me, because she was saying that, she journals a lot and she writes about those fears and what she's really feeling, and how much of what she's feeling is her and how much of it is that past, and what that past did, and how that helps her, really move forward. So we're not carrying around that baggage forever, so there's never been a really better time to really share about who you are. I mean, there's so many people online, people talking about everything and really coming together, and I think COVID showed us that we really know people, right? And we need people. That's what I meant to say. We need people, we can't isolate and sit in that pity party and feel sorry for ourselves, because and we think maybe we don't have something to share. We all have something to share. And you never know that something that you share that day might make a difference, in a dramatic difference in somebody's life, so that's why I show up. I can't help everybody. I'm not for everybody. Sometimes I'm a little persnickety. Sometimes people might think I'm arrogant. Sometimes I am, but I show up for the people I can help, and for what I can say, and what I can share. I don't always share my personal life out here, and it's not because I don't want to. It's because I do spend a lot of time at work, and HIPAA doesn't allow me to put patients on camera. So the only other time I really have is traveling to and from, and then I show up when I'm here regularly talking to you like now. So if you have something to share, you're really good at something, or you just have something you want to say, this year has been amazing for me. Like writing these books, that helped me unpack shit, and get rid of a lot of baggage, because I got to share what I went through, and how when I was trying to get help, nobody was really listening to me, and thank God I had the knowledge I did, that I could figure it out, because otherwise I'd still be stuck in that body that I hated. And that's why we're out here trying to help people. And mentorship is a really really cool thing. We all learn from everybody, but if you don't say what you need help with, you're not gonna get that help, so I find, Joan London was on the She Rises studio recently, and Joan was, I love her. She was sharing how that when people asked her to do things, she always said, yes, I'll do it. Yes. She was saying that you should just say yes, even if you don't know how to do it, you'll learn. That's the process. And that a lot of times people give up amazing opportunities out of fear. Everybody has fears. It's natural to want to be loved and appreciated and recognized, for something. Or just be, just to be liked. Everybody wants to be liked, but you can't let fear stop you from doing what you really want to do. I still wouldn't be out here talking to everybody. I've been here 2 years just sharing things with people, trying to help people have better health. And I get as much from this as you guys do, so it makes me feel good. It fills my cup. It's not just about not filling your own cup. So, yesterday I was talking about self-care, and we try so hard to do so much for others. Sorry, I don't know where I was, but again, I got called. So I just really want to stress with you today that, what you have to say is important, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help if you need it. And if you can help somebody and something that can help somebody, then you should be out there sharing it too. There's never been a better time where people are really looking for the information that are at their fingertips, and I encourage people to do that. But I really loved what Denise said about ends. Like, you can be anything you want. You can be the realtor. You can be the investor. You can be anything. Ends. Like Denise is this and she's this and she's this. You know what I mean? And it's okay to have other interests and do a lot of things. And how CJ was saying, if you don't unpack that, you don't really connect to yourself, because I was talking about self-care and gut health. If you don't connect to yourself fully and take the time to take care of yourself, then it does affect your relationships with others and how you show up for yourself. It absolutely does, and self-care isn't just about eating well and sleeping well and hydrating. It's really about filling your own cup and doing what makes you happy, right? So, but I did want to share with you, we had a lot of fun, so I was very nervous before, and, I always tell people not to let fear stand in their way, do it anyway. So I had to take my own advice yesterday, because I still don't, like, I've been here with you guys, for almost 2 years showing up, so I know you know me. So there's a little more comfortability, now that, I unpack who I am here. But it's still very anxiety provoking when you got to get up there and share what in front of a bunch of people. For me it is, I don't I've always spoke really fast as a child, and I kind of felt like I wasn't the best reader, and actually I because I read so fast, and I'm actually pretty good at it, but I always felt like that affected me speaking and stuff. So it's something I want to be better at. So showing up and providing service is going to help me in so many ways too, so what we give, we get back in so many other ways you don't even realize. So I'm so grateful to be a part of this whole thing with She Rises Studios, to be part of the leadership, and we were selected out of thousands of women, so that says something. They believed in us, even if we didn't think we could do it. They believed in us, and amongst some rocking women, I can't even tell you some of the things that they were talking about yesterday. It was great. Crystal Casey was talking about owning your sexuality, and it was just a really fun, action-packed day, and we had someone else, a doctor, talking about how women are still like struggling to really, even though they have the same education and everything, to really get paid their worth and stuff. So, and how we can help them. So I don't know if you what you know about She Rises Studios. You know that I've written two books with them, but they're all about women supporting women, and like giving a hands up to people to help them be who they want to be and get to where they want to be. So it's about women really putting collaboration over competition, and not having that pettiness, and just being service to one another and supporting each other in those outcomes. So it's really, really cool, and I'm grateful to be part of that. And I just wanted to share my day with you yesterday, because it was really cool. lots of panicked moments before I got up there, and everything happens for a reason, you know. Something happened before I went on, and it kind of helped me relax. And the person before me was actually doing deep breathing exercises, so I was like, "Oh wow, great! This will definitely relax me," you know. And everything worked out. You know, I didn't die. I don't know if I did my best. I don't even remember what I said, but I know I put my best effort, and sometimes that's all you can do, just show up. So show up for yourself. If there's something that you're interested in doing out there, by all means, we want to hear you. Share yourself with the world. We're all people here just trying to get through the same life and do the best we can and really be who we want to be, and we really have to unpack that past if we're going to get to where we want to go, because a lot of times that's what's standing in our way. It's those voices in our head that tell us we're not good enough because people don't see us that way. But if we keep believing that, that's how we show up. So just speak with your heart, be who you are, live in that heart. That was another thing that was shared yesterday, and I really like that too. Share with your heart. So that's enough out of me. I hope I made some sense, about just speaking who you are, just being who you are and showing up for yourself, and stop living in that imposter syndrome. You are where you are today because you did the work you needed to do to get to where you are today. So life isn't always easy, but we can make it really enjoyable if we choose to. So have a great day. Take care. Bye.